right, let's try this again. Now I'm going to screen share. All right, can everyone see me? Yes, awesome. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this in presentation mode and say, first of all, well, while it loads, I'm so excited to have everyone here because we realize, so whoever invited you to this call, we realize that there are so many genuine, honest, awesome people out there who are interested in the Beachbody Coaching Opportunity, but who are also really hesitant and scared about what it might entail. You hear things like Beachbody or network marketing, or I don't know, just anything kind of associated with online sales or online marketing or anything like that. And typically you're running the other direction because that screams pyramid scheme. Well, I'm going to be addressing that specifically tonight, but I kind of wanted to just allow you and give you permission to put all of those preconceived notions or ideas about what Beachbody coaching is aside and go ahead and just listen to this call with open ears, because here's what I want you to know. No one, it doesn't matter who invited you to this call. It doesn't matter if you are jumping on. No one is trying to cheat you out of anything. This is solely an opportunity for you to gain valuable information, get a real education on what it is that we do as coaches, how we go about building our businesses. And if it's for you, awesome. And if it's not, totally okay. You lose nothing by being here and gaining an opportunity to learn more about what this is. So if you are able, I encourage you to, I actually don't know if you will be able to because I'm screen sharing full screen, but if you're able to, list in the chat where you're from and who invited you to be here, and we will kind of just get started. So things we're going to cover today. What is a Beachbody coach? What is required to become a Beachbody coach? How do you get paid? How do you build a team? Also, we're going to go over normal hesitations such as, is this a pyramid scheme? I'm not a salesperson. I don't have a large network. I am not at my goal body. Like I said, we completely understand that people are coming at this from all different walks of life, all different angles. Everyone is entering in with different concerns. So these are some of the main concerns, and I just want you to know you're totally normal if you're feeling these things. All right, so before I continue on to the next slide, I'm just going to remind anyone who's here, if you could just go ahead and mute your screen. Mute your call. That's down in the bottom left corner. Then we won't hear any background noise and everyone has an opportunity to listen in. Alrighty, so hi, I'm Courtney Story. I'm a two-star Diamond Beachbody coach, and this is my story, and I'm going to try to be brief. So I am an actor. I live in New York City. I have been acting since age 11, but I started on stage at the age of 7, and it is completely my passion, and Beachbody is something I work in conjunction to pursuing a full-time acting career. I live in New York City. I'm pursuing a career on Broadway, and that dream is something I pursue alongside Beachbody. So I graduated from the Boston Conservatory in May 2013, and I was getting ready for the first time in my life to really put all of the training and education that I had stocked up on into practice, make my way to New York City, and really live out these dreams that I had had my entire life, really bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. And let me tell you, I was completely ignorant of what this career path was actually going to be. So in June through August of 2013, right after I had graduated, I had lined up a summer stock gig in St. Louis, and I went out there, and during that time, my now fiance and I broke up, and this was after a 7-year relationship at the time. And so I moved to New York in August, a week before we were supposed to be looking for apartments together. So I kind of scratched that, went with a whole new plan, and got myself here anyway, and proceeded to have the worst year of my life. I was completely lost. I really struggled to figure out who I was outside of my acting career. And considering I didn't have the person who had come to mean the most to me by my side, I was in a very dark place. And 6 months after I had graduated college, I found myself in December 2013, 20 pounds heavier than my showcase weight. And the reason why this is important is because this was really the first time in my life that I was ever dealing with self-image issues. I was walking into audition rooms and feeling like the heavy person in the room. I was not confident. I was struggling to understand why it was that other girls were getting kept and I wasn't. And all that I could blame it on was that I was fat. And, you know, people may not have looked at me and thought that, but that is 100% how I was feeling in my own skin. So I went into a really obsessive place and I dove into the paleo lifestyle hardcore for about a year and a half. And throughout that period of time, I started to recognize, wow, I really like this lifestyle. I like how it's making me feel eating this way. But I also recognized that I was taking it to an unhealthy place and I was getting a bit obsessive with how I was eating. The amount of time that I was spending thinking about food and how I was going to get home or schedule my day so that I could be home to cook myself healthy meals, and how I couldn't socialize with other people because it wasn't going to be completely clean food. All of these things really started ruling my life, and I knew that was not a sustainable way to live. So I kind of started putting out there, just like wanting to attract a healthier lifestyle into my life. And it was in November and December of 2014 that I went down to Florida to do a contract, a chorus line, near home. So I was doing that contract, and on that contract, the woman who played our Sheila kept talking about how she was 39 years old and in the best shape of her life, and how she did that with a program called PIO. And I had kept hearing this name, PIO. And I had also been following the girl who ended up bringing me into the Beachbody Opportunity for a while on social media. And I had also heard her talking about this thing called PIO. So it was definitely on my radar, but nothing that I was asking too many questions about, and nothing that I was ready to commit to myself. It wasn't until late in December when I went home for the holidays, December into early January, and I walked through my front door after finishing this contract and going back home, and my sister had ordered the PIO and Shakeology Challenge Pack. So I walked through my front door, and right there, smack dab on the coffee table in our living room, are the PIO DVDs. And I was like, okay, I've now heard this like 5 gajillion times. I think it's time I try it. And I put all of my preconceived ideas about at-home workout programs aside, and I just decided to start plugging those DVDs in every day. So for the entire time I was home, which was about 5 weeks, I started doing these DVDs. And every single day, I was feeling more and more like myself again. That's the best way I can describe it to you. Listening to Shalene talk to me about self-worth and how, you know, you don't have to be at the ending place. You can be on the journey and still be achieving and still accomplishing things and feel good about yourself and do good for yourself. All of these things were really playing into my mental state, and they were really helping me to just feel like I wasn't stagnant anymore, like I was moving forward, like I was accomplishing something. So I, at the end of that program, fell in love. Like I was just in love with my results. I was in love with the philosophy of the program. I was in love with how it like the exercise that it was giving you to sculpt your muscles. I was just a complete super fan, and I decided I want to get PIO certified. I want an opportunity to be able to work a job that I enjoy in New York City. I want to teach this to other people. I want that community around me. And so I got PIO certified. And it was shortly after that that I decided, you know what, this program worked really well for me. And I really want to try another one. So I started looking into the 21-day fix. And when I looked into the 21-day fix, I reached out to that girl that I had kept seeing post on social media. And I happened to be on her Facebook where I saw her say that she was starting a mentorship program for anyone who was interested in the coaching opportunity. And she kind of laid out the guidelines of what coaching entailed and how you become a coach and what the benefits were. And I was like, I need something like this. I don't know if it's that, but I need something like that, especially for my lifestyle in New York. So it was in March 2015 that I decided to commit myself to the 21-day fix. And at the same time, I became a Beachbody coach. And that really, guys, I can't even explain to you, but I just could feel wholeheartedly that my life had shifted and that I was on a different path. I woke up the day after signing up and I opened my eyes and I was like, I'm a Beachbody coach. And I didn't even know what that meant at that point, but I was excited and I knew that I was involved with the right community of people. So I started doing everything that she told me to do. I went through coach training, and in August 2015, 5 months later, I was able to quit all of my part-time jobs and dive into coaching full-time. And what does coaching look like for me full-time? Because it does look different for everyone. For me, full-time coaching means that I am working my business in the cracks of my day around auditioning. So auditioning is really what I do full-time. That is the priority for me. But I do work Beachbody on the off hours. Likewise, if I'm doing a show, obviously I show up to the show, I show up to rehearsals, but I'm working Beachbody in my off hours. And that does sustain me. So that brings me to January 2016. Basically 9 months into my business, I qualified for the New Leader Conference. And this was a huge turning point in my business. And this is kind of what brought me to where I am today. I have loved helping other people get plugged into their health and fitness journeys. But it was at this conference that was an event I had to qualify for, and that Beachbody basically treated me to. They were the one who paid for my hotel. I mean, it was an all expenses paid trip. They treated me to food, etc. It was on this trip that I realized my purpose was not solely to help people get healthy. It was also to help them build their successful businesses if this was something that they wanted to dive into. I am just as passionate about the business side of things and being a mentor to others in a business aspect as I am about helping people in their health and fitness. And we're going to kind of dive a little more into the business aspect of it because that is what we're all here to talk about today. But I'm really excited to show you guys some of the potential that lies within the business. All right, so let's go ahead and talk quickly about our lineage. And there's a reason why this is important, but I'm going to go ahead and start at the bottom of the page. So the Bombshell Dynasty is the very top of our upline, regardless of who invited you to this call. We all share the Bombshell Dynasty as an upline. So the Bombshell Dynasty was founded by Lindsay Matway, who was the top coach of 2013. And she has been coaching for about 6 years. And her team is approximately 47,000 coaches strong. Yeah, 47,000. Now, this does not mean that she signed up 47,000 coaches. It means that her organization consists of 47,000 because people that she signed up inspired other people, and then they inspired some other people, and so on and so on and so on and so on. So somewhere in that downline is Becca Robinson's team, Team BTFP, or better known as the Arrow Tribe. Becca's team is about 3 years old, and it's approximately 2,000 coaches strong. And it's the same idea. Becca has been in here inspiring other people. Her coaches have been inspiring others, et cetera, et cetera. And that brings me to my team. I am about 1.5 years into my business, and my team is a small team. but very mighty. We are about 170 coaches strong and growing. So really exciting stuff here. But the reason I want to kind of touch on all of this is because it is known, it is common knowledge in the Beachbody world that the Bombshell Dynasty and everyone in its lineage and downline is one of these most successful teams, if not the most successful team in the Beachbody community. And there is a reason for that. And Lindsay would absolutely guarantee that success being a direct result of the motto we follow, which is that we're better together. So Lindsay this past year had 4 coaches from her downline in the top 10 of the entire network, which is over 450,000. And guys, that is the direct result of us having a work together mentality. This business is a beautiful structure because one person having success does not mean that someone else cannot. We truly all lift each other up. We share our resources. We operate from the mentality that you do not have to reinvent the wheel. Use the tools, the trainings that are given to you that were created by other coaches so that you can see the same success that is working for those other coaches. We really do work together. And that is, sorry, before I go to the next slide, that is one of the beauty of coming into this opportunity on a more established team, because we do have those resources available to us. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the options. So going ahead and looking at like our normal job or business structures, I want to go ahead and just touch on each one of these. So the first is college, right? This is what most people, the route many people take, or the route many are expected to take. And while I am a college graduate, and I took my education very seriously, I still do, I'm grateful for it. It's not necessarily the path for everyone. And guys, just because someone attends college does not necessarily mean that their opportunities are far greater. It's truly about the person. It's truly about what you choose to do with your life. So looking at college, average tuition for an in-state school, $32,405 for a 4-year degree. I can tell you my college education was a lot more than that. But we go through this college education with no guarantee of a job afterward, which is crazy. No guarantee of a job. And yet we are so willing to invest the time and training in that 4 years with the hopes that that is going to set us up with a career afterward, right? So then we look at this second opportunity here, working an hourly job. Guys, just if you can, go ahead.
Stop doing that shit.
If you can.
Stupid.
Hey, if you guys can, just go ahead and mute. So that
people like me a bad fucking name, stupid. Stop doing that shit, dumbass.
Hey guys, if you can, go ahead and just mute yourself so that no one else is hearing you on the call, just focusing on what's happening here, okay? There should be a little mute button. All right, so working an hourly job. This is the second, this is the second option here.
You should be able to mute all from your end.
Oh, okay. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can. Give me a sec. Sorry, guys. I see a mute for myself. I don't see a mute all. All right, guys, sorry. Yeah, if you can, just mute yourself because I'm not seeing a mute all button right now. And I'm gonna go ahead and just get back into this. Give me 1 second. Presentation mode. All right, so we are looking at the second circle here. Working an hourly job. Average salary, and this is in New York, that's where I'm living right now, is $43,394 with an average of 11 vacation days per year. So this is working an hourly job. Obviously, this is not the case for everyone. Some people's hourly rate is higher, others are lower, but this is what that typically looks like for people in New York. It's relative to where you're living. New York actually, guys, is higher than a lot of other states because the cost of living is higher, therefore wages are a little higher. And then you've got the franchise over here on the right. So the average cost to buy into a franchise is $35,000, and that does not include the cost of the location. So for example, if you were to own a Subway, that building, the cost of the building is not included in that $35,000. According to entrepreneur.com, an average annual profit for a franchise owner is $66,000. So they're doing pretty okay. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the franchise option, because as far as the business model goes, coaching really is the most in line with what a franchise offers you. So my question is what if you could own a franchise for $40? All right, what's the risk? Well, with a franchise, that typically ranges buying in from $10,000 to $200,000. And many franchises mortgage their homes to build those dreams. So with Beachbody Coaching, the cost of actually signing up as a coach is only $39.95 and $15.95 every month thereafter. So that obviously is significantly less, but your $40 fee is waived with the purchase of a challenge pack. So for example, if you are someone who is committing to your health and fitness journey, if you are someone that has already purchased a challenge pack maybe this month or within the last 30 days, that $40 fee to become a coach, that's waived. And this is how we recommend everyone getting involved, because it really does give you firsthand experience with the products. You are working on your own transformation and working on your own health with Shakeology, and those things are super important. If you are a veteran or military, you get to sign up as a coach completely free, and you do not pay that monthly business fee either. So this is an awesome opportunity for anyone, really. But the fact that some can get it free is like, yes, absolutely. So what's the difference in mentality between these two things? Well, a franchise owner has skin in the game and sees himself as an owner. He realizes that he has made a serious investment and works harder than anyone to attain success. Yeah, when you make an investment like that, obviously you're going to bust your butt to make that happen for you, to make that dream happen. And with coaching, because of the low startup costs, many coaches treat it like a hobby, therefore it pays like a hobby. If they make a commitment to build their businesses, their potential is limitless. So this is the biggest issue that I would say a lot of us coaches see in regards to the coaching opportunity, is that some people, because of the low startup costs, come in and they treat it like a hobby. Therefore, it is going to pay you like a hobby if you don't take it seriously. However, for those people that come in and treat it like $100,000 business, it has the potential to become that. And guys, there are more than one person who have qualified and who are a part of Beachbody's Millionaire Club. That means they have earned over $1 million with the Beachbody Coaching Opportunity. So truly, if you have that desire, the potential is there. You just have to do the work to meet it. All right. So benefits of a franchise and benefits of coaching. Buying into an established, successful brand. So you are already getting that name recognition when you purchase into or buy into something like Subway, Chipotle, Fridays, Mobile, etc. And that company is going to take care of mainstream marketing and takes on the risk of new product development and testing for you because they're already established brands. Same thing goes with coaching. You are buying into an established brand and one that is highly successful, because when you hear names like P90X, Insanity, 21 Day Fix, Shakeology, Derm Exclusive, those are all Beachbody programs. These are all Beachbody related things that are helping you to brand and get yourself out there when you say that you are a Beachbody coach. So Beachbody spends about $150 million a year on mainstream marketing to create that brand recognition and continually develops new programs and products for us. So for example, we have a new program, Core de Force, which is an MMA style program launching at the end of October. Beginning of November technically is the first day. But this program, once it launches, there's no harm if that program does not do well. If there are people who aren't really interested in getting plugged into that program, that is no skin off of our backs. We do not lose out on anything because we weren't the one who made the investment to really propel that program forward and to really make that program a success. That is all on Beachbody's back. However, on the flip side of that, if that program does well, which guys, they do a ton of market testing and like research. If that program does well, we only have an opportunity to gain. All right, so guidelines. With a franchise, you must market using franchise guidelines and materials. There are specific parameters that you have to stay within. So if you are a Subway, no, you can't just go and create your own sandwich and decide on different marketing and promotions that you're going to do because you have to stay within the brand. Your success is based off of your own efforts and those who you hire to work for you. With coaching, the difference here lies in the fact that you have the ability to create and brand to your specific niche market, even bringing other passions in like family and faith. So this is the beauty. Guys, there is not one kind of coach. If you go to a Beachbody event, you see all shapes, all sizes, all ages, all colors. You know, there is not one person that is the perfect image of what a coach looks like. It truly is everyone, because all that is required of you is to be on the journey, to be working toward a better, more fulfilling life for yourself, and to take that seriously. So you have that opportunity to market specifically to your niche. Are you a single mom? Are you, like me, an actor living in New York City? Are you a part-time nurse? Are you someone who has just undergone surgery and is trying to get back to being physically active? Are you a new mom, who's trying to get her body back after baby? All of these things are things that you get to bring into your business. And yes, you can even incorporate other things like faith, family, whatever your interests are. For me, theater is a huge one. So you will often see me on my page incorporating my passion for theater and performance. And I have been known to even create raps when Beachbody promotions come along. So you can always find ways to incorporate your interests. Your success is not only linked to your own efforts, but also to your team, who are also franchisees pursuing their own goals and dreams as equals. So I want to stop here for a second and really focus in on this. Guys, when you start a job, when you are working for someone else, you are always getting paid to build someone else's dream. And this is what I have found to be the biggest shift for me mentally as I have pursued, really being a business owner seriously. I have the opportunity to build my own dreams. And everyone that works with me, everyone that's on my team, is also building their own dreams. And guess what? There is no better motivation to work hard than to be working toward something that is going to bring you the life you want. All right, so what exactly do Beachbody coaches do? It's really simple. All of these pictures over here are examples of different ways that we all share and the different ways that we have all grown our teams. So we work on our own transformations and becoming the healthiest versions of ourselves. We do that with Shakeology and with doing a fitness program. We invite our friends and families to join us. This is not exclusive. I can't get healthy just and leave that opportunity to myself. I can invite other people, and I want to encourage other people to do that for themselves, especially when I'm seeing such a difference in my personal growth. Grow as a person through personal development. Heck yeah, personal development helps you to grow as a person. It helps you to push through those roadblocks. And guys, I can tell you, I was the very person that made fun of personal development left and right, and it has changed my life. The last thing we do is celebrate the success of your fellow challengers and coaches. This is what this community is about, support. So yes, we celebrate those who are seeing success in their business. We celebrate those who are meeting milestones in their health. And guys, through doing all of these things, through sharing all of these things, this is how we build interest. This is how we have made connections to people who have joined our team. It's just by sharing and inviting others to join us along in the journey. All right, so how it works. You start working on you, and you inspire a few others to start their journey, who then inspire a few others, who then inspire a few others, and so on, and so on, and so on. And this is where people start to freak out. Why? Because that little thing right there looks like a pyramid. Yep. So here's what I want to tell you guys. You do not have to freak out over this. And I personally am not scared at all about talking about this, because here is the thing. I'm going to show you on the next page. Almost every business structure, doesn't matter what you're doing, has the pyramid. Yeah. So pay it forward. That's it. You are helping others to help others, to help others, to help others. And you are creating insane amounts of positivity throughout the world. Let's look at these other businesses. All right. So we've got our government, for example. You've got the commander-in-chief at top and those who are enlisted in the Army, the Navy, whatever, down at the bottom. So in a structure like this, you know, this goes through so many different levels of hierarchy, and it splits off into different branches. But at the end of the day, commander-in-chief is getting, at the end of the day, commander-in-chief is making the most money, and those who are enlisted are making the least money, right? This is our military pyramid. No matter how hard those people work at the bottom, they can work their way up, but the chances of them actually getting to that highest paid rank, very unlikely. So we look at something like a regular business structure. You've got the CEOs and the vice presidents and the managers and the supervisors and the employees. Same thing goes for this structure, guys. You've got the CEO at the top who's typically raking it in. If you ever go on Google and you check what like CEOs of companies are making, the money's ridiculous. But the employees down at the bottom of the food chain are not making that same kind of money, and they probably never will, because working your way up to be a CEO of a company like that is highly unlikely in this business structure. So yeah, it's this, you get a pyramid either way. So what scares people about this in network marketing and this idea of a pyramid scheme? It's because, guys, there are companies out there whose sole purpose is to recruit and find as many people as possible to sign up under them because of the financial benefit. So a lot of ways that these other companies who have been deemed pyramid schemes work, it is that, number one, there isn't necessarily an actual product that they are selling. They are selling the idea of being a representative to sell other things, or not sell other things, but be a rep for the sake of making money. And when those people buy in, that person is typically given a 50% commission on getting that person signed up, okay? So this is where things get a little yucky. You know, this is what we don't like about these companies that have been deemed pyramid schemes, and that also sometimes are network marketing. They do not care. Their end game is to get that 50% commission. Their end game is not to help you be successful doing what they're doing. The intention is completely different. Whether or not you succeed doesn't really matter because you've already bought in and they've already made their paycheck. While Beachbody coaches can be recruited, there isn't any financial gain unless those coaches are succeeding. So yes, our form of recruitment is talking to other people and inviting them into the coaching opportunity so that they can change their lives. Now, yeah, are people skeptical when things like that happen? Yes, because guys, it's the word recruiting. That's scary, especially when other companies are using that too and they're not legitimate businesses. But here is the real difference. There isn't any financial gain unless those coaches are succeeding. When someone signs you up as a Beachbody coach, we are making not a penny more than we are if we sign you up as a regular customer. There is no gain. The only way we see a gain is if we help you to become successful. That is why we invest time in our coaches. We don't just sign you guys up, say peace out, have a good life, leave you to fend for yourself. That is not how this business works. That is not the integrity that this business was built with. And the other thing is that as of month 2, if you are not being successful, we actually start losing money for having signed you up as a coach rather than a regular customer. So there is nothing schemy about this. And if you have more questions regarding the pyramid scheme thing, guys, absolutely contact whoever invited you to this call or contact me on Facebook, whatever, because I'm happy to answer these questions. This is something we are super passionate about because Beachbody is not a pyramid scheme. And we can give you reasons all day long why the business structures do not match up to other businesses who have been deemed pyramid schemes. All right. So let's say that you are ready or thinking about becoming a coach, but you just don't have that nutrition and fitness on lock, and that is stressing you out. I get it. I get it. Here's the thing. You don't have to be an expert. Guys, Beachbody has experts in both nutrition and fitness. They have developed all of the clean eating plans. They have developed the portion control plans. They have given you specific food lists and grocery lists of things that you should be purchasing. And likewise with fitness, we aren't the ones who developed or created these programs. They are professionals, trainers, like people who are certified in every aspect that you can possibly imagine. These experts are the ones who have created these programs. So where do you come in? What do people really need? They need you. They need you as a coach, because what you're doing is you're offering accountability and support. When people come into our challenge groups, when people join us, they're not asking things like, what should my macros be and how many this do I need to get? It's like, it's not all of those things. You know what they're asking is, how do I stay motivated? How did you make this work in such a busy lifestyle? They're asking you everyday things that you are experiencing because you're going on the journey with them. They need you. They need someone to cheer them on who holds them accountable and says, you can do this. And I know you can do this because I did this. And I am no different than you. You have it in you. Sometimes people just need someone to believe in them, and that's our job as coaches. All right, so do I have to sell stuff? Well, I guess no, you don't have to sell stuff, but here's what I want to explain to you guys. So over here, this picture to the right, these are the top 10 resolutions that people have every single year. Get organized, help others, learn something new, get out of debt, more family time, enjoy life more, quit smoking, lose weight, quit drinking, exercise. I mean, these are the top 10. And just looking at those, I can tell you that becoming a Beachbody coach or joining an accountability group, that speaks and works toward resolving at least 8 of those things. So this is the thing. Beachbody's mission is to help others lead a healthy and fulfilling life. We don't sell stuff. That is not how we go about this. We are not a salesy team. And guys, If you have come across salesy people, like, shame on them. That is not how this business is built, and that is not how successful coaches are building this business. So I don't want you guys to feel like that is what you would have to do. What we do is we carry out Beachbody's mission by providing solutions to these things, these goals that people are setting, and we help them to successfully achieve their goals. How do we do this? By sharing our journeys. That's it. We present solutions to people who are legitimately looking for help, people who want to set goals but don't know how to get there. All right, so I am going to just kind of lay out what the beginning of my business looked like. I'm not going to bring you fully to date because, guys, this wouldn't really apply to you. You would be at the beginning of your businesses. So I'm going to lay out what this looks like and talk about making money, because I don't want to bring you in here and say, this is all about the money and I know that's why you're here, because I don't think that the best coaches are here just for the sake of making money. I think they have a genuine desire to help other people, and that's why they're successful. But at the same time, I am an actor living in New York City. I get it. Like, we still need an income. So this is stuff we're gonna talk about. All right, so going ahead and before I discuss this, I'm just gonna say the disclaimer: Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success or income from the Team Beachbody Coach Opportunity. Each coach's income depends on his or her own efforts, diligence, and skill. All right, going ahead and looking over here to the left. This was my very first paycheck as a Beachbody coach. It was a whopping $34.91. And guys, when I got that, I was so excited. I know it wasn't a ton of money, but it meant that I had helped one person get plugged into a healthier lifestyle. And that was really exciting to me. And on top of that, it was $34 that I didn't have before. And I'm telling you that and I'm sure some of you can relate, when you're living paycheck to paycheck, every little bit counts. All right, so once I advanced my business to Emeralds means that you're starting to inspire others and grow a team. No, this does not mean that every single person under you has to be a business builder like I am, someone who is committed to really earning an income off of this. There are people that are coaches at all levels, but it means that you are building a team. And how does your income start to change when you are looking at things like this? Well, what I want you to focus on is this little section here that says team bonus cycles. So yeah, you see my retail commissions starting to go up a little bit. I'm starting to gain a little bit of confidence. You see my fast start bonuses, which means I am inspiring people to get started as coaches. These are commissions, but I'm also earning a team bonus cycle, and that means that my team is starting to see some success. So that is not money that I worked for. That is solely based on the success that my team is having. All right, then 4 months into my business, I advanced my business to diamond rank, which means, again, I'm growing my organization. You can see my retail commissions and my fast start bonuses are really not growing all that much. In fact, my commissions are less than when the month I was in Emerald. But I am starting to see more success in my team. So my team bonus cycles, again, are growing. And I'm at this point about $357 a week for my Beachbody business. And then you see the last slide over here, which is month 9 of my business, and I had rank advanced my business to Star Diamond Coach, which means that now I have coaches under me who are really starting to take off and really starting to see success in their businesses. And my income is definitely reflecting that. Yes, I have some retail commissions that are going well, and I'm helping people to get inspired and plugged in and stick with programs. But really where you see growth here is in the team bonus cycles. That is a direct reflection for the success that my team is having. So you can see that, coaches who are at the top of the business and who are in that top 10, will always tell you that your team bonus cycles that's really where coaches build their fortune. So that's what you can see constantly growing. My commissions, guys, are staying about the same. And by the way, I do want to say that these pictures you're seeing here as a diamond and star diamond rank, yes, those are the incomes I made in that first business center. But at this point, I also have my fiance who is signed up as a coach and my second business center, which are open. So this income is what you're seeing in my first business center, but I also have those other business centers that are open that are earning an income as well. So the income for these months is higher than what is shown here. Okay, moving on. All right, so worst case scenario, what happens if no one wants to join you? Okay, so you committed yourself with a challenge pack. You are plugged in with Shakeology and a workout program. Worst thing that happens to you, you get connected to a very driven and inspiring group of friends on our team. You focus on yourself and you get in the best shape of your life. And you face your fears head on and you grow as a person. So here's the thing. If you decide, I want to give this coaching thing a shot, and you figure out like, this is not for me, this is not what I want to do, you lose nothing, because you are gaining all of these incredible things that I just want to say you deserve to feel. 100%. You deserve to feel connected to a wonderful community. You deserve to feel confident in your own skin, and you deserve to face those fears head on. But yes, you're gaining all that, and you win, because even if coaching doesn't work out for you, you're gaining all of this stuff. With that said, we understand coaching isn't for everyone. So if you want to give it a shot and decide it's not for you, guys, you are able to stay as a discount coach, stay plugged into the products. You're able to get out of your coach account. You are not locked into any sort of contract. So just because you make that commitment doesn't mean you are required to stick with it forever and ever and ever and ever. Okay. Let's talk about the different speeds that you can run at as a coach. You make the rules because it is your business. You are the CEO of your own business. You do not run according to my rules or according to the coach who got you plugged in here, their rules. You run by your own rules. So here's the first kind of coach we have. We have a discount coach, and this is a person who drinks Shakeology on a regular basis and with zero sales, like does not sell a single thing, is still able to save $16 a month on that product because basically they're a preferred customer. Again, as a discount coach, you're not required to do any sort of coaching. You're not required to sell products to anyone. You are able to solely enjoy that discount. Then you have a hobby coach. A hobby coach has a job but loves the products and wants to share them with others and earn a little bit of extra spending cash. So I have a lot of friends who are in this category, and basically everything they bring in with Beachbody is just fun money. It's play money, or it's going toward supplementing the income that they already do have to be able to afford those extra little luxuries. And then you've got your business builder coach. This is someone who is all in to make this a full-time income, build a life of freedom, and a thriving team that is doing the same. So a business builder is how I would consider myself. I'm sure the coach who invited you here is also considering themselves to be a business builder. But this basically just means you're all in and you're going to do what it takes to make this a full-time income, a legitimate income that is going to help you change your life and change the lives of those who have joined you in the opportunity. So for those of you who are curious, yes, there are coaches who even fall between these three circles. There are people who get plugged in as discount coaches and all of a sudden they have their community around them asking them, what are you doing? And then they realize, oh, well, maybe I am inspiring people. So they get kind of plugged into that hobby coach lifestyle. And then you've got hobby coaches who start to realize, I really love the freedom that this is providing to so-and-so. I think I might want to start working toward that and maybe go part-time at my job and do Beachbody part-time. You never know. But my point here is that there are different strokes for everyone. No one makes the rules for you. You get to decide where you fall in the grand scheme of things. And no matter what, we're happy to have you. Okay, so what our team provides, we're getting to the end here, guys, I promise. Be patient, bear with me. What our team provides, we provide team training calls where you can plug into the community and learn the tools that will help you to move your business forward. I know I personally came in with no prior business experience, no prior social media experience. I had no idea how to gain traction or a following. And that was all things that I was able to learn because I plugged into these weekly trainings and these weekly team calls. We also have small group trainings where you can work with a focus group on specific goals you're aiming to meet in your business. So as you start to gain more confidence and as you start to move through the different levels of coaching, you start to set big goals for yourself. Maybe it's reaching your first rank advancement, in which case we have a group that we can put you in that helps you work toward those things. We have created specific trainings, guys, that help you to meet these levels of success. We do not expect that you go and learn everything on your own. Okay, and the last thing our team provides is a place to dream big. It's a safe zone where our team will rally around you and your dreams and help you move through your fears and into the life you imagine for yourself. I can't even tell you what I feel when I say those words, because this team has become 100% my family. New York is often a time that can feel, or New York is often a place that can feel very lonely. And to have just people who share my goals and people that genuinely want to see the best in me and who want to help me be my best, that has meant everything to me. And on top of that, having people who do nothing but support me and my dreams, who will never tear me down or tell me I'm dreaming too big, that's valuable. That's valuable, and that's the kind of people I aim to surround myself with in my life everywhere now. All right, guys, so what now? So here's what I'm gonna ask of you. If you think that this is something that resonates with you or this is something that could work in your life, I want you to go ahead and message the person who invited you to the call. Let them know what kind of coach you'd like to be, if that's something that you do want to go with. Discount coach, hobby coach, business builder, whichever. Let them walk you through the sign-up process. So what does that sign-up process consist of? It consists of helping you to identify a program that might work for you, something that might help you meet your goals and that you would find enjoyable, because that is what working out should be. It shouldn't be this chore that we have to do. Then if you're a hobby coach or a business builder, have your coach get you plugged into some new coach training. Again, part of the beauty of being in the downline of the Bombshell Dynasty is that we have some insanely valuable tools that have helped our coaches lead to success. So take advantage of that. And the last thing is be an apprentice coach in your coach's next challenge group and gain firsthand experience. A lot of us are about to start up our challenge groups, so now is a great time to capitalize on that, guys. If you are interested in jumping in, I would encourage you to do so and get plugged into your coach's challenge group. And basically what being an apprentice means is diving in and supporting others and rallying around and creating that sense of community for everyone else who's in the group as well. Cheer them on, because that's our job as coaches, is to believe in people. All right, so I am going to exit out of this. Oh my gosh, I feel like a champion. 2 minutes before 10. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop the screen share. I'm also going to stop recording.